who is not humble, his end is coming soon. Be ready to do whatever is good for her. God is equipping us with all the tools to be a real therapist for my spouse. He's unloading on me and I'm unloading on Christ. And the only source of positivity in the whole heaven and earth is Jesus Christ. God is the main counselor. And God is there in the counseling room, ready to fill everybody and help everybody. If I feel that I am the counselor, I am the one who understands, I have so many years of experience, I can do it all, he will never benefit, the counselee. But while he's talking, I'm touching my Jesus and praying, please God, she needs. And God will work on me in the session. So he will mold me to the other, the one with me in the room. At the end, I will benefit and he or she will benefit. And if I don't benefit, I know God knows. I did not ask God enough. In every session, I have to benefit. And so many things I say it to counselee, which I did not plan to say it and I did not know before. Which means he's there and he's helping. The same for you as therapists, spouses. If your heart is ready and you are ready to take from God for the sake of your spouse, you tolerate, you are very patient and kind and give the time to listen about hurts, whether in the past or the present, or fears from the future. Don't rush to the end and say, okay, get to the end, what do you want to say? Okay, I understand what you are going to say. I understand from the beginning. And I shovel most probably her mouth and stop her and, okay, you need to do such and such and such. She needs to vent. And sometimes I need to vent out. I want to unload inside me something. To whom? God gave you as my spouse. If you prefer not to, then I go to Abuna. If Abuna is not free, I go to a therapist. Hopefully Christian therapist who believe in the same way I'm saying it now. But why God has assigned us as two spouses to have that role? It's very important in self-esteem to know as a reality Christ is there in every minute of our life between us. Whether we are interacting in communication, interacting spiritually, emotionally, or physically, the Holy Spirit is with us. We have to be aware of his presence and ask his help. If you feel that, we can do it, including sexual needs, emotional needs, time, intellectual needs, spiritual needs. Now you have a list of 14 needs. If you look to them by yourself, please don't now think of your spouse at all. Think of yourself. When you are looking to these needs from 1 to 14, you will say, all of them are important. That's why they are needs. This task, by the way, will be very extremely difficult for the perfectionist. If someone is perfectionist, it will be very hard for him or her. Lakin, God bless you. I'm sure he could help you. You could be treated from your perfectionist. Jamal, perfectionist, what's the advantage of being a perfectionist? Very well organized, detailed oriented. If I give you a task, I'm sure to be very organized. Job description, you will give it. And human resources, we have to put perfectionists there. But the most important disadvantage of being a perfectionist is criticism. Very critical. Because he wants everything right. He doesn't accept anything less than super good, 100%. If I work on him or her to be 99, 98, no, I feel 2% are bad. How could I accept something with a blemish? I was one of them. I myself was one of them. With teaching at university level, being a professor, chairman of a department, you have to be like this way. How you supervise research, which is, you have to. But I was dealing with my secretary extremely bad. Ya haram, yani whenever she types something or give me something, I see something needs to be changed. Something needs to be changed. Something is not right. Whatever she's doing, something is not right. Something is not enough. You understand now? If you have perfection spouse or boss, whatever you do is not enough.
Well, what's wrong with that?
No, nothing wrong with me as a perfectionist. But the others will feel bad because I depress them. And I will feel depressed myself. Why? Because you are not up to my standards. Most perfectionists are not feeling good. Why? Because they can't achieve perfection.
But God is a God of order, right?
But God is the only one who is perfect, not perfectionist. I hope God will not criticize me, and He is the only perfect one for what I'm doing, or else I will not be sitting here, be sitting under.
Right.
But He doesn't criticize me the way a perfectionist is doing. He's very tolerant to my iniquities and imperfections, very patient. You know what I decided? I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm disclosing to you, this is called self-disclosure. I felt every secretary comes to me, have a lot of things in her life. She's coming very early to work, and maybe she has a feverish kid, a problem with her husband. If I close my heart completely, my mind also working, and here is a place, it's a job. Do whatever is needed, and don't feel at all. Forget about your family completely. You are here like a machine, work. I was like that, asking everything to be 100%. I lost so many secretaries. And you talk about me, he's not a human. He wants everything perfect. Nothing is enough for him. Then I thought to myself, if I lower a bit my standards, how? By taking his unconditional acceptance. He's accepting me unconditionally, and I'm the imperfect. He loves me unconditionally, but accepts me unconditionally. So why I don't accept my spouse unconditionally? I have to tell the person, or to show him, that he's not rejected. The behavior is rejected. No, this is really important, and we don't show that. We fail to do it even in our homes. A child usually feels bad because I'm saying, what did you do? You're getting C's and D's. But I'm not saying make a difference between the sin and the sinner. I don't do it. In my mind, yes, but I don't do it. And if I do it, his person is so loved, so accepted, but the sin is not accepted, as God is doing that. So if I do that, I will not be a perfectionist. I will be a perfectionist who was treated before by the love of God and the unconditional acceptance of God. I hope what helped me is thinking this way. A perfectionist cannot understand how God is accepting him unconditionally. He himself. How God is accepting me is impossible. I know myself. I know what I'm doing. And you are saying God is accepting me unconditionally. It's impossible. Because I know that I'm a sinner. And it happened with the prodigal son. He felt so bad. He heard the heart of his father. And he took his money. And he didn't know at that time, yes, he committed sin, but he's so loved as a person by his dad. If I show my spouse, his or her person is so respected, is so accepted, is so loved, but this action could change. But you are between my arms. But what you are doing needs to get better. In a language which doesn't hurt. And showing my son or my daughter, after telling them, what you have done, Habibi, this is not right. But I'm sure you are my son, and God will help you to do it better. Sometimes we don't see minimal improvements. The one with low self-esteem needs to be encouraged and supported for any minor improvements. The perfectionist always sees imperfections and usually regards perfections, this is the normal. Of course, my child has to arrange his bed every day. And if he or she will arrange their bed and wash their mouth, brush their teeth, their face, comb their hair, dress neatly, he's supposed to do that. And if we go to the school and be a good kid and get A's, he's supposed to do that. Why I say good for that? Why I compliment them? This is duty to do that. So let him see somebody who's not like this. He will feel his son, of course, needs to be complimented. We are very stingy in complimenting others. I don't know, is it culture or what? I don't know. Personality? Some people are so generous in complimenting and praising. Maybe sometimes in the church we feel we don't want to let them puff up, don't want their ego to increase. But on the other hand, most of the generation, most of people needs to be encouraged. One day, a lady called me and said, I feel so bad. Okay, why? My father of confession is always telling me, you're arrogant, you're proud. And I tried to see his point of view. I found the lady has extreme low self-esteem, extreme low self-esteem. And she needs to be supported, encouraged, not to point at certain behavior which appear to Abuna as pride. It took me 2 or 3 years with that lady. Some Abunas are very loving. Their personality, emotional, sociable personality, they pray for us, encourage us, praise us, and they're so good. We play so many kids around them وناس كده loving lovable. But the majority of our servants, whether priests or servants, are either dominant or perfectionist. And there's a way for an emotional person and a perfectionist to be a serving personality. You know the difference? Do you know the difference? A perfectionist is hard on themselves and on others. They want very high standards to accept himself and others and accept things. يعني إذا كان في روز طالعة كده leaning, no, but up, then it's acceptable. So things and animals and human beings, behaviors I look to them, others, and the same to me. I judge myself very hard. This is a perfectionist personality. A servant personality, I'm so good with others, encouraging, supporting, tolerating their weaknesses, and helping them to get better, but I'm so hard on myself. So I know as a servant that I have to help those whom I am serving with prayers, and I'm expecting that some of them have weaknesses like me. But on myself, I judge myself hard and ask God to help me. But to serve others, this is a serving personality. So what's needed from the perfectionist? To get more from God, to get his qualities of accepting others unconditionally and helping himself by the unconditional love and the acceptance. I have to ask for that, and God will give me. Then I will accept others, irrespective of their iniquities, and help them to get better, to improve. An emotional personality are not organized at all. Value of time for them is nil. All what they need to see, love, compassion, everything, and love and love and love. And they're still good. Public relations, super in public relations, if they work in that. But I cannot let them work in human resources or an engineer see a building, how they do it, with love. They have to be meticulous in doing that. So everybody has a place in the community or in the company. So the emotional personality with God, he will help him or help her to see the time has a value and organization is needed. And help the perfectionist that iniquities of others is normal. Accept others, help them to get better, but work on yourself. The two, the emotional and the perfectionist, will get a serving person, which is one of the best personalities, serving personalities. Helping others, supporting others, work on myself. Hard on myself, but not on others. Dominant personality, which means my way or the highway or no other way. يعني دول تلاقيهم يعني ايه يعني if they are in a house, the authoritarian kind of leadership, and my decision, my way, my word, no listening to others. And if I listen, I get fed up fast, and I'm sure I studied very hard that way. I know exactly what I want. I know how to reach from point A to point B. Why I tire myself by listening to others? Why I listen to them? I know exactly what I want. I will take the group and lead them to go up the mountain. I know exactly the way. And I under-evaluate the emotional person who will support and encourage and love them to go up. Or the perfectionist who will exactly give me the map in detail to go between the rocks to reach. If I do by my mind, not listen to others, I will miss a lot. It's a teamwork. And everybody could be a leader, and everybody is needed. And everybody have some weaknesses in our personality. There's no one who is perfect. If I look to myself and to my spouse this way, and I see that there are qualities and needs what he or she needs, and God assigned me to be the one close, actually in unity, to help him or her.